and welcome to my little bookish corner of the internet. My name's Harriet. Today I'm going to be doing a review of Kiki's Delivery Service by Eiko Kadono, and I got this given to me around Christmas time. I finally got to it the other day, and I basically want to talk about this and also relay it back to the film. I'm going to keep this spoiler free. It's quite a short book, so there won't be too much that I can talk about in regards to the plot. I definitely want to share my thoughts and feelings about this with you. I'm also thinking of maybe doing like a Studio Ghibli book collection or playlist or something on here. So what I'll do is I'll talk about the books that inspired Studio Ghibli films, and I'll compare them and contrast them and talk about the book and also talk about the film. So if that would be something you'd be interested in, let me know down below and I'll definitely get on that. But I thought this would be a good place to start because it's super fresh in my mind. I read it really recently, so I can talk about it. And I've seen the film a couple times too. So yeah, let's get started. If you don't know the story of Kiki's Delivery Service, whether it's the film or the book, essentially we are following a young witch called Kiki. And in this kind of universe, when you turn 13, you're basically coming of age. And if you decide that you want to become a witch, then you must leave for a year, go to a different town or city, and make a life and a living for yourself. So that's what Kiki decides to do. And she also has a really cute little black cat called Gigi, one of my favourite animal characters I've ever read about. Gigi can speak as well, so it's nice to see their conversations with each other. But yeah, this just follows the story of Kiki going to a new town and basically trying to find her way in the world so that she can become a fully fledged witch. Now, one thing I found really interesting in this book is that it briefly touches on the fact that witches have kind of lost their powers, and their powers are inherited and passed down through the generations. So if one witch, say a mother, knows how to make spells and potions, they can teach it to their daughter, and then the daughter can teach it to their daughter, and so on. So it's passed through. But over the years, those kind of things have been forgotten. So I found that super interesting to read. It is a really short book. So it is 193 pages, but the font size is really quite big, and the spacing between them, the format and everything. And it does also have illustrations throughout that take up some of the space. So I literally read this in pretty much one sitting. I did start a tiny bit in the evening, but then I read the rest all in one sitting the next day. And honestly, I just didn't want to put it down. It's really whimsical and fun. It's super interesting seeing the dynamic between Kiki and her cat Gigi. Gigi's very like sassy, but also is kind of like Kiki's conscience and tries to steer her onto the correct path. But sometimes is a little bit mischievous and messes things up a little bit, and then Kiki has to sort it out. But it goes the other way around as well. So sometimes Kiki messes up and Gigi has to deal with that. So there isn't a whole lot that I can say about this. All I would say is it is just one funny thing after the other. It's really fun and interesting. It is a kid's novel, so it's nice and easy to read and get through. You meet some really interesting characters in here. So you get to meet all the people that live in this new town that Kiki goes to, and they're all so different from each other. But they all seem really realised. I have to say that Kiki herself is such a strong character and is really well thought about. So the decisions and things that she does and says always seem like that would be something that her character would say and do. So that's really nice to read. And just overall, it was just an adventure, but it was really fun. So that is the book. I gave it 5 stars. It's probably one of my favourite children's novels now. Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I thought it was really great. Now, in terms of the film, I've only seen it twice, I think, but it was pretty recently. I would honestly say that it feels like a little bit more happens in the book compared to the film. So the film is beautiful, the animation is always really lovely from Studio Ghibli, and again, it's still got that whimsical aspect. All of the Ghibli films are kind of like a little bit kooky and strange, but that is definitely what I love about them. But even though less happens, I still think that it is a near perfect adaptation. Kiki is so similar to how she's written in the book, and Gigi is spot on. The voice acting in that is amazing. Obviously, I've only seen the dubbed version, the English dubbed version, but the voice actor for that is incredible. You do get to see a little bit more of some of the characters that are in here, but you do see less of Kiki's parents. So I think that they are a little bit stronger in the book, and then that gives you more of an emotional attachment to the character. But it does feel a little bit more magical in the film, I think because it is visual, so you can see everything that's going on. yeah, it just feels a little bit more like whimsical and mystical and bright. It's such a lovely film, and it is one of those films that just makes you feel really comfortable and cozy, and it's so wholesome, same as the book, such a cozy read. So while they have their differences and some things are cut out, some things are put in, I do think they're quite similar to each other, but personally maybe I preferred the book just because there was a little bit more background around Kiki, so you could get a bit more attached to her character. But both the book and the film are so wonderful in their own right. You could watch the film, not read the book, or read the book and not watch the film, but I definitely recommend doing both. So yeah, it's just a really short review of this book. Honestly, I have nothing bad to say about it. It was a really easy read, really accessible, and super fun as well, which is something that I wanted while I was reading my bigger books. So overall, if you're looking for a nice, magical, cozy story, definitely check this out and check out the film as well. And if you can find this particular edition, definitely pick it up because the illustrations are lovely. And just look at that front cover. My partner bought this for me and said that I looked like Kiki, so that's why he got it for me. So I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, that is it from me today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!